Okay. Here we are. Oh my god.
Man.
So it's definitely my internet. Is definitely what the issue was there.
It's certainly your
100%. Comcast can suck a huge dick. Fucking Kaya. So in the time that happened, we found a time machine, and so we're actually going to go back and just redo the intro here because I think nobody could fucking even hear me probably for half of the shit anyways what I was saying about like YouTube and all that. Correct?
Yeah, I know I didn't hear it.
Okay.
Nick in our chat said that he could hear it fine, but let's try her again. Huh?
Okay, cool. What is up, guys? I'm Jeff James. With me, as always, the incredible, unobtainable, luscious Brody Falls.
Hi.
With half working internet provided to you by Comcast. Love you guys. Every single week, Brody and I get together with numerous technical difficulties to discuss video game news, reviews, and give our honest and blunt opinions on the industry as a whole. You can catch the audio version of the podcast every single Friday morning, hitting your podcast platform, every single platform. I think we're on pretty much everything at the wee early hours on Friday morning for your morning commute. And you can also catch us live on Thursdays on YouTube. So this is going to be an interesting one to edit afterwards on the YouTube channel. This is going to be a weird cut. But
just cut like a half hour into it.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, but like I was saying before, I sound like a robot. The big thing on this is I want to do like a little housekeeping section is what I was trying to say. So is there any sort of like housekeeping in terms of the realm of Diggity that we should discuss before what we've been playing?
Yeah, aside from me being very bad at social media and not finding time to post anything this week, we did have a new YouTube video go up where we finished off our series of Madden. It was we best of 3, and we both won one, and we finished it out with another random team battle off, and I got the Buccaneers, and he got the Jets, and it was a lot of fun.
It was not fair.
I won.
It was definitely not fair, dude. The Jets.
And even if Madden isn't your thing, I mean, it was a fun video to do, and we had absolutely insane commentary the entire time. Significantly better than the NFL. Come at me.
Yeah, we made Madden fun.
Yeah,
bugs and all.
Absolutely. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else really. I mean, mainly just the video.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Yeah.
Onto that, real quick. What'd you play last week? Because people have already heard this shit, I think, once.
I played pretty much just COD Zombies. I really didn't get into a whole lot this weekend. Really didn't get into much this week. It's just been one of those weeks. It's fucking busy. I did tear down a couple Xbox controllers and rebuild some and get some back in working order. Yeah. I downloaded some games on a Xbox One that a friend gave to me. But yeah, other than that, I haven't played much of anything, to be perfectly honest.
I played some more Wild Rift.
Yeah, I guess I did play one game of Wild Rift on Monday.
I played some more Wild Rift. I played some actual real League of Legends.
Nice.
Yeah, with my friend Enrique.
How do you feel that those two kind of stack up to each other?
Normal League is better.
Yeah, but I mean, Wild Rift really isn't bad.
No, it's like a light version, but like not very light. I mean, I would say light just on the character basis because they don't have all the characters, right?
Right, and honestly, you unlock them very quickly because you get a ton of tokens to unlock them and things like that as you play. And I already have. I mean, I probably have half the roster now, and I haven't played that much. I've played like 3 games.
And I think like some of the champs. The ones that are in there now, like, translate well with the controls.
Yeah.
But some of the other champs that are in, like, actual League, I don't know how they're going to do it. But they also surprised me with what they've done so far, so I could be pleasantly surprised, right?
I've been playing, is it Garrus? Is that right? What's the tank dude's name?
Garen?
He looks like a Garen. There it is. There's so many games that use like a Gare and then something at the end of the name. It's so similar. But yeah, I've been playing Garen lately, and because nobody else wants to play tank, so I'll solo one lane, and it's been going okay. I'm not inherently great at League of Legends,
Mhm.
but I give it a go. It's still a good time, especially for a mobile game. I mean, it's fucking great and it runs flawlessly.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty amazed at what they're able to do with it. I'm stoked to see where it goes. All right, you want to hit us with upcoming game releases?
Yeah,
Sweet.
April 16th, Super Meat Boy Forever comes to PS4 and Xbox One. Tribal Pass comes to PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. April 20th, Don't Forget Me comes to PC. Mask Maker comes to PC VR and PlayStation VR. MLB The Show 21 comes to PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Game Pass. April 21st, World Splitter is coming to PC, PS4, and Switch. And April 22nd, Buildings Have Feelings 2 is coming to PC,
Sounds
PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, and Orbital Bullet is coming to PC. We are in a hell of a drought right now.
Yeah.
Hell of a drought. It is dry as shit, and I think that's a lot of why I just have no desire to play much of anything. Even though I have an impressive backlog that I really need to get through, I just don't feel like playing much of anything. And that's kind of why we've just been playing COD, or I'll play Rocket League. It's like, just play some multiplayer and get some of that multiplayer interaction, hop in a party with some buddies, and good to go. And I've been playing Monster Hunter too, but not much this week. It's just, I don't know, man. This drought sucks right now, and it's exactly like Phil Spencer said. He said last year during the beginning of COVID that it really wouldn't start to affect us until the end of COVID too much, as far as the gaming industry as a whole. And here we are, baby. It's
Phil Spencer is
dry.
a prophet.
He is.
We
He
should
is
have listened
prophet
to
Phil
him.
Spencer. But yeah, it's
That's what the P stands for.
there's nothing here for me personally. We played a little bit of the show, and I don't know. I don't find it exactly exhilarating.
The Buildings Have Feelings too has me intrigued.
Yeah, the name alone was enough to interest me, and I was probably going to check it out later. But I'm trying not to type too much on my keyboard because it's loud.
Because you click the clack on that thing.
Clickety clack. I heard it in the last episode. I was like, well, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Moving on with some news. So the next Ubisoft Forward will take place on June 12th as part of E3 2021. Also, we will have full coverage of E3 2021, and will,
As long as Comcast allows it.
I'll be making a call. You know I will. But I ain't paying this. I'm not paying this shit. I'll sound like such a dweeb to be like, I'm not paying this. Why? What happened, sir? I wasn't able to record my podcast at the right time.
My video game podcast.
I'll have let you know. Yeah, so this is cool. I mean, I'm sure there'll be someone who jumps up on stage and says the F-bomb because I think they're cool.
Yeah.
That happens every year. We'll get a Just Dance.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get something about Rabbids. Maybe a Mario versus Rabbids.
Kingdom Battle 2.
Battle 2,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I still have to play through that too. That's one that's kind of in my backlog that has just been sitting there, and I always forget that I have. But
How
yeah,
about,
this is
Riders Republic too.
Yeah, hopefully.
God, I wanted to come out.
And this was odd that they announced it this week, because last week they sent out, or we covered the list that they had, sent out the people that were going to be at E3, and Ubisoft was not on there. And then a week later, they make their own announcement on Twitter. It was very kind of weird, but cool. I mean, I'm glad to see Ubisoft there. If E3 is going to happen, you might as well have, as many people there as you can and make it a decent event, and online event, of course. But yeah, E3 is still alive, baby. Somehow.
And it wants
there's
you
a
to
new
know it.
Yeah. There's a new color of Nintendo Switch Lite. It's a blue Switch Lite. As you can tell, this is a very dry week for us, so we're gonna cover the.
How did I miss
blue Switch
that?
Lite. I don't know. It's kind of a weird, it reminds me of the blue that they had for the Game Boy Advance back in the day.
I like it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
Cool
I like
blue. I'm cool.
Yeah. It's almost indigo in a weird sort of way, but this will launch on May 21st, and the Twitter post that announced this was, they mentioned the Me Adventure game, and they called it hilarious in the same post, and somebody's going to buy that, but
nobody's going to
you're
buy
not
that.
selling it. This will launch just absolutely trying to sell this that nobody gives a shit about it. Anyway, this will launch for the standard $199.99. It's cool. It looks neat.
Yeah, I mean it's
I've already got my Switch Lite, and the wife's got her Switch Lite. I don't think I'm going to be purchasing any more Switch Lites.
You're right. This looks exactly like the original Game Boy Advance color.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit darker, but pretty close.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I dig that a lot.
I want a GameCube purple with like the
I mean,
right
that's
stick being
GameCube purple,
yellow.
kind of.
Kinda. It's more blue than it is purple, supposedly. They're calling it blue.
Every
at
time you
least.
turn it on, do you want it to go? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo?
Yes,
And then
absolutely.
you can spin it and then figure out what blocks are as a storage volume. How many blocks is that?
You have 2,000 blocks left. What does that mean?
Days Gone is coming to PC on May 18th, my friend. So it'll feature a 21.9 ultra wide monitor support, unlocked frame rates, you nerds,
Hey,
display customization, which involves increased level of detail, foliage draw distances, ferns, graphical customization, super resolution photo mode, and input support for mouse and keyboard and first and third party controllers. So there you go. You can play with your Mad Catz controller and look at ferns.
You know, we got this game for free from the PlayStation
Sure
collection.
did. Yeah. It's on this month right now. Still on, free.
Yeah, and it was part of, the PS5
Oh, right. Yes.
collection that they had.
Yeah.
I still haven't
Collections.
touched it. And
Neither have I.
It's just, I'm not a zombie game kind of person. But I've heard it's good. I mean, people liked it, but I don't know. I can't drag myself to do it. Maybe I'll try it. Why not?
Aptly named.
Yes. Rumor time, as we like to find this week. We actually didn't have a delay this week, surprisingly enough, but we do have a rumor. So BioShock 4 is rumored to be an open world game, and this rumor is based on a job listing from the development studio Cloud Chamber. I don't want this at all. Not even a little bit.
Really?
I want BioShock 4. I do not want an open world BioShock game. I feel like I've been pretty adamant. I'm not a huge fan of open world games.
Nick's dead because he's like, this man just said Mad Catz. That's right, baby. Mad Catz controllers.
Mad Cats.
That's right, dude.
Gosh. Yeah, I don't want an open world BioShock game. The open world formula is pretty much lost on me at this point.
Come on. It's smooth going, dude. Look at Halo Infinite.
Yeah, that's part of my concern right there. No, I feel like open world games, everybody falls into this trap of making the map the largest map you've ever seen and having things like stupid side quests that don't matter at all and just climb this point to synchronize with this area. Yeah, I'm pointing fingers at Assassin's Creed right now, but it's just, there's a trope with these open world games and so many of them fall into it. Every once in a while you get a great open world game. I mean, like, I really enjoyed GTA 5 story mode, and it was an open world game. Also, that came out 8 years ago, so there's that as well. But I love BioShock as a series. I love all the BioShock games. I do not want this at all. And I don't know of anybody that wants a open world BioShock game. You come to a BioShock game for story gameplay, and I don't know. I think it's a bad decision.
Dude, this is America. We gotta fucking overdo it. Why give someone a well-known, beloved experience when I could throw them into something massive and extremely arduous to figure out exactly what the fuck you're doing or how it coordinates with the rest of the story?
Yeah, why give them the well-known, beloved experience when you can give them the well-known, virtually mainly panned experience instead?
Loot crates, Brody.
Oh, fuck.
Loot
why
crates.
Not? Yeah, throw them in there. Let's do it.
Skins. I want to see stickers.
I want costumes in the store for like $20. Let's do it.
Yeah. Nier Automata is finally going to get a patch for the Steam version. So there's no set release date for this, by the way, but the developers took to Twitter to let fans know it was on its way.
It's coming.
Industry is hurting.
Absolutely. And what's odd about this one, though, is that it does come like a week or a couple weeks after the Xbox version came out for PC, and it fixed a lot of the issues that it had. And then shortly after the game's been out for what, 4 years on PC, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and update this finally. Like, the game had never gotten a single patch on Steam, and now they're finally going to fix it, and that's not great. I mean, I'm glad they're finally fixing it, but
they're near automata to fixing it.
Oh no. No.
They're automatically about to fix it. They're going to have automatic updates, and they're going to rename it Near Automatica. Updatica.
Outriders' first big patch is causing some issues.
It was so bad. I'm sorry. That was awful.
That's one of my favorite things to do to you when you go on one of those dad joke rants. Like,
let's go, dude.
We're just going to keep on moving, man. Yeah, so Outriders put out their first big patch this week, and people woke up in the morning and went to play the game and found out all of their gear is gone. Entirely stripped their character, got rid of their inventory, got rid of all of the hard work that they put into this. There's multiple people that are very angry on Twitter. They have 100 hours into this game, or even less. I mean, even if you have 40 hours into this game and you spent time leveling up pieces of armor and things like that, and you lose it, that's not a good thing to see. People Can Fly have reached out and said that they are working on a fix, and they're also trying to work on restoring players' inventories, but they cannot promise that the restored gear will have the exact same stats as the old gear players had, which...
So it's not your gear.
It's not your gear.
Wow.
And apparently, so again, I played the demo for this, but
sure.
The way gear works in this game, you actually level up your gear too. So you can find gear, and then you can also level it up. So one user I saw on Twitter said that he had almost 100 hours in the game, and he was getting ready to, like, that next day, he was going to level up the last piece of gear to level 50, which is max level, and logged in to find out everything was gone.
So I chatted with a guy today at work who was playing that, and he'd seen online for PC players, if you start to see like this issue happening where you see the inventory and it's all messed up like that, Alt F4 your game before it autosaves.
Yeah.
And then jump back
fair
in.
enough. I mean,
you shouldn't have to do that, but...
And I didn't hear
any on PlayStation, rip the cord out the back of it. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's
just
the equivalent.
Smack it as hard as you can.
Yeah, just hit the damn thing.
I didn't see any reports of it happening on Xbox. It was specifically PC and PlayStation that I saw.
Inside
reference.
job, dude. Conspiracy.
And
we got to start it right here on Diggity. Inside job.
Phil Spencer, the prophet.
Phil Spencer's colluding with Outriders.
He's absolutely colluding.
Yeah.
I love it. No, yeah, it's not a good thing. And I just realized I said no, yeah, which is a very Midwestern thing.
That's all right.
God. Yeah, no, yeah. Don't
you know?
No. Don't you know?
Hey, the PS5 just got an update. Update 21.01-03.00.00.38 to be specific. For those at home who are just chomping to get a half chub from that build number. What features are in it? I'm glad you asked. You get PS5 storage expansion and management. So store PS5 games on compatible external USB drives, or you could do that, whatever. Transfer games to the external storage from your internal storage. You cannot install PS5 games directly to the external drive, nor can you play them from there as well. So that still remains and will remain forever because you can't write speeds and read speeds.
The only thing that you really gain, and this is similar to the Xbox deal, you can transfer them over there, and it's quicker to transfer it back rather than to download it all over again. So that you gain a little bit of time there, but still transferring things on PlayStation 5 is long. It takes way longer than you would ever imagine.
And they're still working on support for the storage expansion for the M.2 drives. So we're not getting that yet. I would probably guess around E3.
Yeah, I do believe they said around summer. So hopefully sooner than later, because Call of Duty already takes up half the space I have on the PlayStation 5. So that's awesome.
Damn it, Call of Duty. You also got new social features for PS4 and PS5. So you got cross-generation share play. So while chatting through parties, you can share your game screen or even play the games with a friend, which is something they had showed off originally when they were first showing the system off. a little tidbit or
Yeah,
talked about, but we never got it.
I believe it was also a feature on PS4, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. And then also request to join game sessions. So essentially a shortcut to invite friends to a game, which is good because it's less clicks.
It's
And
annoying
enhanced
as it is.
control and personalization options. So improved game base. Offers quicker access to important content and features, easily switch between parties and friends. That's great. Turn on or off notifications for each party that you are in. You can disable game chat or adjust players' volume. You just quickly disable in-game chat, individually adjust the individual voice chat volume itself. Game update and pre-download changes. So this must be enabled by developers, but will allow you to play the newest update as soon as it is available if you have the automatic updates option on. You also have a customized game library where you can search and hide games in your library. So that's neat because, it fills up with all your older content on your external drive, and it's hard to find things.
I do wish they added folders, though. That would be nice to kind of organize some of that. So you don't necessarily have to hide it. You can just throw it in like a folder of games I'll never
Or
play.
it'd be nice
whatever,
if they utilize, because when a game is uploaded to the store, it has to choose the genre.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice to have RPGs, and you can just kind of click like a toggle down on a filter, and then you can see all your RPGs collected. Screen zoom, adjust the magnification of the screen in the settings menu. There you go, Grandma. New trophy settings and stat screen. So the level of trophies that captures video and screenshots can now be edited, and trophy stats screen. Will show you your trophy level and status at a glance, which is great. There's some PlayStation app features that came out as well. So looking into adding more and easier ways to connect to your console remotely because it's a hassle. It sucks. There's terrible. Also more new features that they've got in the pipeline, including join a multiplayer session on PS5 from the app, manage your console storage. What a neat concept. Compare trophy collections with friends, and sort and filter products shown in the PlayStation Store, which I don't know why you can't search and filter right now.
I think it's more just you can get it to where it doesn't show specific things, which is kind of cool. Essentially hide them, but I don't know why you would ever want to join a session from the app. To me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you're gonna have to be on the console anyway. I mean, I guess unless you were in the back.
It is quite odd, isn't it?
It's a weird choice of a feature to implement, but I guess if you can't
maybe you're like running to your PlayStation and you don't want them to join the session. You're like, oh my god,
right?
And click it, you're taking a dump or something, and you're just like, hey guys, I'm taking a dump. Wait, give me like 10 seconds for me to get on, my PlayStation.
Yeah, but instead I could join it from here for whatever. Yeah, to me it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but okay, cool. Whatever. But yeah, overall, there's some decent stuff in here.
No themes.
No themes still.
No themes.
No themes. I feel like that seems like such a staple after the PS4 that you would think it would be back. But then again, we said the same thing with Nintendo, and Nintendo still hasn't given it to us.
Dude, they gave us Zoom.
Yeah, I can zoom in
we
now.
Can zoom in on our screens. Okay, just be grateful, dude.
If that was implemented on Switch for handheld, that would make a lot of sense. On PlayStation 5,
here's the problem.
Not so much.
If
you play it on like a 20-inch screen.
If Nintendo did it with the Zoom thing, it would be like this little magnifying glass that you would drag with your finger, and it would be the most ridiculous thing in the world. And it would look like it was a real magnifying glass, and they'd even have the fucking handle on it or something.
Yeah.
So,
it's odd choices.
I will be more excited when the M.2 storage update comes out.
Oh yeah,
and,
absolutely.
The themes.
The M.2 storage is what I'm really looking forward to.
Me too.
Themes are secondary to some extent, but I like having them. They're nice to look at, and it sucks not having them. But yeah, overall, not too terrible. Nothing too crazy though. Last up here's a big chunk of news. A lot of reading that is gonna probably slip me up here. But anyway, the Nintendo Indie World that happened Wednesday, and there's some neat games in here. So first up, they had Road 96. The developer is Diggity Art. And it's a very narrative focused game with adventure and puzzle elements. It's a procedurally generated story. Different decisions will affect the outcome of the story, and this will be launching later this year. And this was kind of a neat concept. I actually do kind of want to give this a go and see what
Mm-hmm.
this is actually all about. The way the the actual trailer for it was cool, where it like had a glitch where it would like, oh, this is my friend John Drew, blah blah, and it would skip and like change basically what this character's name was, and
Yeah.
it looks like it has a lot of potential. Obviously, a lot of it is going to hinge on how well the procedurally generated story actually works, or if you're going to get like the same thing most of the time or whatever. But next up, we had Ariel Never Yield. This is from developer Ariel Knight, and he's a internet presence from what I understand. I've never heard of him before personally, but the game looked pretty cool. It's a runner, a side scrolling runner set in a Tokyo style Detroit. The soundtrack for it sounded awesome. I can't remember who they said did the soundtrack, but it was really cool. And this game will launch on May 19th. A demo is currently available for it now. But this is, I mean, typical side scrolling runner to some extent. It's run, jump, slide, all sorts of cool stuff. Great art style on it, too. I mean, it looks neat. Annapurna Interactive has 2 new games that they announced. So the first one was Last Stop. And the developer on this is Variable State. This is a single-player, third-person adventure game set in a modern-day London. You get to play as 3 separate characters, and eventually these stories will collide. So kind of like GTA 5 did, and to some extent. And this will release in July. Hindsight was the other game they announced, and this is from Joel McDonald. This is set around an older lady looking back on her life with her family. Various different objects trigger different memories that will eventually lead up to a huge decision in her life that she made that obviously affected how her life played out. And this will be releasing sometime this year. A lot of these were very, very vague. Ollie Ollie World from developer Roll7. This is a side-scrolling action skateboard platformer, and this is set to release this winter. So kind of similar vein as that as Never Yield, but skateboarding. And this is certainly not the first game in the series. I don't remember how many there are at this point, but there's a handful of them. The Longing from developer Studio Sueves is an indie or an idle game, kind of. So you essentially have to wait 400 days for your king to wake up. And this is not, I mean, obviously it's in-game time, not real life time. But in the meantime, you get to kind of go cave diving, solve some puzzles, collect items. And this is actually available right now. It has a very unique, dark kind of art style
cool,
to
though,
it.
if they did something like real life, almost like Tamagotchi style.
Yeah, and I think there's definitely a market for that to some extent. I mean, Animal Crossing kind of uses real time and stuff, but not it's not that critical. But 400 days would be a long time to be playing around in one game, especially something like this. So the next up, there is no game. Wrong dimension. This is from developer Draw Me a Pixel. It's a point-and-click adventure, comedy adventure specifically, and this is available now. Teenage Mutants Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge from developer Tribute Games. It's a beat-em-up, side-scrolling game that blends both modern and retro elements. It offers 4-player multiplayer, both locally and online, and this will be releasing sometime later this year. Chris Tales from developer Dreams Uncorporated and Sick, an action adventure that relies heavily on story and time traveling elements set in a dark fairy tale world, and this will be launching July 20th. Getsu Fumaden, Undying Moon from developer Konami, and Guru, a hack and slash roguelike game set in a Japanese inspired world set to release in 2022. Aztec Forgotten World, which that's actually the furthest date we've seen. And typically with these indie world events, they usually do things that are launching within like 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really is kind of a testament to how dry kind of things are right now and how much pandemic really affected developers. Aztec Forgotten Gods developer Lienzo. an adventure game based on Aztec mythology. Get special upgrades for your arm and move between different areas and uncover ancient secrets. This will launch this fall. Skull, the Hero Slayer, from developer Southpaw Games, a fast-paced 2D action roguelike game. Swap abilities to progress by switching heads. 20 different heads are available that all offer their own unique ability, and this will release this summer. Art of Rally. This is from Fun Selector Labs. You get to drive iconic cars from the golden era of rally racing all around the world, and this is kind of a an isometric view racing. Not even really racing. You're actually just kind of by yourself driving around, and it looks pretty neat. This will be launching this summer. Kiwi, from developer Stone Wheat and Sons. This is a puzzle game that has you moving kiwi birds across the various levels to deliver messages. This is set to release in August. Labyrinth City, Pierre and Maze Detective, from Digirling, a game based on a children's book of the same name. It's a world of detailed mazes that you have to interact with more, or that you can interact with more than 500 items and characters, as well as 100 hidden objects within the world. This will be launching this spring. Weaving Tales, from Follow the Feather. This is a single-player adventure game with a uniquely woven world. A lot of it looked like it's all kind of created, not quite in the level of like a Yoshi's Crafted World, but definitely a very unique-looking landscape they have, and this will be releasing in May. The House of the Dead remake, from developer Forest Entertainment. This is a classic multiplayer rail shooter that has returned. This is I don't remember this game personally, but it seems like there's some love for it for sure. You get to play as a pair of government agents sent to investigate disappearances. This will be releasing later this year. Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. This is from developer Binary Haze Interactive. This is a dark fantasy 2D action RPG that has you seeking the truth about what happened to a group of fallen knights. This will be launching in June. We got three more. It's a stretch. I'm sorry. Beasts of Maravilla Island, from Banana Bird Studios. It's a 3D adventure game that places you in the role of a young wildlife photographer. This will be launching in June. Fez, from Polytron, a unique 2D and 3D adventure game. Yeah.
Phil Fish.
And this is available right now. And last up, they did their classic, but wait, one more thing, and it's Oxenfree 2, Lost Signals. So this is obviously from developer Night School Studio, who, I mean, earned a bunch of pedigree from Oxenfree, and also, what was their last one? The Drinking with Satan one. Night.
Oh God.
It's Night something. This is a supernatural narrative game,
isn't it? No.
Night something. Supernatural narrative game. This takes place 5 years after the original game and will be releasing sometime this year. We made it. There was a lot more indie games in there than I ever remember there being, but it was
that got wild.
There was a lot in there, and it was only a 21.5 minute long presentation, but anything in here that catches your eye, or anything you at least wanted to mention or talk about here?
I mean, Fez, honestly, and that sounds really stupid because, I mean, obviously that's been a thing for a while, but it is a massive game. I mean, it's a massive, huge indie game, and so I'm happy to see it come to the thing. I also like the Oxenfree 2 stuff. All the Ollie's cool. I like anything skateboarding. I mean, that's about it. I mean, really, I don't think it was really a weak indie. Like, I think this was better than the last one.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I'll also note too that there's a lot of sales going on too. On the Switch Online store, or sorry, on the eShop. Good God. Like, for example, Fez right now is on sale. So small discount, but there's a lot of different discounts. Like Hades is on sale, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Terraria. Let's see, Dead Cells, Bloodroots, Panzer Paladin, Coffee Talk, Evergate. I mean, there's some good stuff. So it's all on sale.
I thought about picking up Hades. I've heard such great things about it, but I've never tried it. So it was kind of
me too. I haven't been able to
I'm
dabble
not
in
big
that.
on I'm not big on roguelike games, but people really talk this one up for sure. I'm looking forward to that Road 96. I want to check this out. I kind of like the idea of having a procedurally generated story like this, and it has some neat stuff. Oh, where's the name of it? Skull, the Hero Slayer with the 90 different heads. I think that's kind of a neat idea, and it's
Yeah.
a side scrolling platforming like kind of it's sprite based game. It looks really neat though, and this is absolutely something that would be up my alley. And the Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Night, looked really, really cool. I like the idea of what it is too. It looks like you're kind of playing as like a little a ghost almost.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played Fez, so it is something that I kind of want to try. It looks unique, and I've heard of it obviously, but I've never given it a go. And obviously, I'm really, really excited for Oxenfree 2. I loved the first one. I literally sat down and played it in one sitting when I finally did get around to it. And I had it on my Switch for forever and just couldn't get myself to go after it. And finally, I sat down and I played for 4 hours straight and beat the thing. And I did everything in it. And it was a fantastic experience. And I'm really looking forward to the second one. It looks really cool. I'm curious what that other game was, though. I thought you were looking it up.
No, I can't find it. I'm just trying to figure it out.
After Party. After Party.
After Party. Damn.
I thought it was Night something for some reason. Maybe I was just thinking of the studio name, but yeah, I think it was a strong indie direct.
For
Just
sure.
a lot of it is not really something I get into. I think a lot of these games look very, very good. But a lot of it's just not in my wheelhouse so much. So I had kind of had a few games that really stood out to me, but other than that, I mean, I think there's a lot for just about everybody here. I mean, even a horror game, and it looks. I mean, a lot of good stuff in here, really.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm excited to see what they come out with now as we head into this May and June.
Yeah, it was a very small mention, so it didn't actually make the news on the show. But they mentioned that they're really focusing on getting some more first party stuff out, which obviously we've kind of had a first party drought as of late, aside from some like re-releases more or less. But Mario Golf is one that I'm very excited for.
Super excited for.
That comes out what, June? Is that right?
I think so. Let me look up for you. Hold on.
We'll have it when we go to Vegas.
Oh my God.
Play it on the plane. Yeah.
June 25th.
Okay. Yeah.
June 25th.
I won't have it. Yeah. That kind of sucks. I would have loved to have it just a little bit earlier, but that's fine. That'll work just fine.
Kick your ass in the plane.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be great.
But no, this overall, it's been a relatively dry week. I mean, this is a short show compared to what we've had as of late, but there's some good stuff in there. I mean,
yeah.
Again, we talked about a Switch Lite color coming out, so it's a little dull, but overall, I mean, the world's still turning here, and we're getting by, and hopefully we'll get to see some new games at E3 this year, and get some new releases at least by this fall. I mean, this drought hopefully doesn't last too horribly long. So
I don't think it will. I think we'll get back into the swing of things. I think here I would assume by at least end of summer.
And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping fall kind of starts to pop off.
Now, the thing I will say too, though, and shout out to people back home in my home country, it's very different over there right now. So stuff like Ubisoft and all that stuff. I mean, it's a different world right now over there, and absolutely. I don't see it getting any better there until like fall, end of fall. At the rate they're going.
Right.
So, I mean, that limits a lot of things. That's a huge company, right? That has a lot of ties into the United States as well with other smaller companies. So, I mean, and lots of places in Montreal, to be honest with you. So, we'll have to see. But, yeah, all I really want is a new Mario Kart. That's it. That's what I wait for. That's why I exist. Waiting for a new Mario Kart and Switch Pro.
How disappointed are you going to be when it's not Double Dash?
Dude, if they don't... I don't even care at this point if it's Double Dash. I mean, it would be... First of all, it'd be fantastic if it's Double Dash, right? But I just want something new.
I heard... So...
It's been a long time.
I have never heard anybody talk bad about Double Dash, and I actually heard it on a podcast the other day.
What
just
podcast
absolutely I don't remember who it was, but I'd have to check.
We're gonna have to fucking joust now, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only thing to do.
They were not fans of Double Dash.
Well, I am
was
not
so
fans
shocked.
of them.
Fair enough. I think I remember who it was, and I almost don't want to tell you at this point.
Is it someone I know?
No.
All right,
It's Wizard
Nick,
and the
safe.
Bruiser. It wasn't Nick. It wasn't Nick. It was Corey. Get him.
I don't think Corey would say that.
That seems more like it'd be an Ed hot take.
That does seem like an Ed hot take.
Just in drastic contrast to whatever you like.
It's all right. This is getting me ready
boy.
for haters.
Yeah.
I really
I'm
do.
sure we
want
have
Double
them. They're
Dash,
not
though.
very vocal.
We certainly had them, and they were certainly vocal at one point. You had jackasses. You had to block them on Twitter.
Yeah. Sure did.
Crazy.
Sure did.
Crazy people out there, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy people. Yeah, no, I want to see it. I want to see a Switch Pro.
Yeah.
If that counts. I mean, that would be really cool. It would be neat to have like a quality feeling device that doesn't feel like I could bend it.
See, and that's what I love about the Switch Lite, personally.
Yo, I agree.
mean,
When I pick it up, I'm like, this is great. When I pick up my other one, it's like a wet noodle.
I do wish there was a way for it to output video. I mean, even if it's not the original dock, even if it was just a cord or something you could actually run. Like
Probably easily could have been the original dock.
Yeah,
They just
absolutely
didn't do
could have
it.
been. Yeah, I understand why they would want like a actual dock that kind of makes it look more like a home console, but man, that's the only downside of the
It would be
Switch
nice
Lite.
for them to have like a dongle or something, you know? Because you have to have there's a little bit of smarts in the
Right.
dock. Very dumb smarts. That
And-
makes sense. That's a
and
Midwest
yeah, you
thing to
can-
say. That thing's dumb smarts.
Dumb and smart all at the same time.
I'm basically
yeah.
amphibious.
That's really my major downfall with the Switch Lite. The other thing that I don't like about it is the fact that it doesn't have cloud saves, so you have to transfer your saves back and forth. So that kind of drives me away from playing certain games on my Switch Lite if it's a game that plays better on the TV. And
Sure.
that's a missed opportunity. Well, they kind of have cloud saves now, but they're still not perfect, and not every game adopts it. So it's kind of a disaster.
They're
over
cloud-ish.
there.
Cloud-ish saves.
Cloud-ish saves, right?
Yeah.
But
We'll see.
Nah.
I think it's going to be a very interesting E3. I think it's going to be a lot of like tech bullshit.
yeah,
Here's
I
a
could
new
absolutely see that.
controller. My God, with xCloud, you'll be able to blah, 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 blah.
Maybe PS5 will get some different colors at their own little event that they
Don't
have.
do
'cause
that.
they
They
aren't
better
gonna be there.
not. They can't even make the white ones right now.
Fair enough.
How fucking smart would that be? And we're going with new colors. Can't even get them.
Right.
Maybe they'll do like a special edition or something like a
See,
Spider-Man.
I have controllers everywhere at our local like Walmart. Controllers all over the place. So if you need a PlayStation 5 controller, you let me know. I won't even mark it up on you.
I won't even mark it up. Oh shit. Yeah, I really want to see like I don't know from PlayStation. Well, new colors of controllers for God's sake.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I'm literally only have one controller. It's like well, it's right behind me there. But
I
don't wanna-
bought a second one, but I mean, I really don't use it all that much because it seems like hardly any games actually have split screen anymore, which is disappointing. But in the games that do have it, it barely fucking works. Looking at you, Call of Duty.
It's true. It's very laggy too.
Fix your shit. It's been broken since November.
It's very jittery, and then it kicks
It's
you out when you
very
get to
jittery.
like
You get to
3.
use half the screen.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I mean, I feel like they would have accomplished more doing like a split and giving me half and you half.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, a vertical split cuts down on your field of view, but
What
yeah,
cut down on my field of view when I have to look out of the fucking magnifying glass?
I guess it didn't.
And
yeah,
it wasn't a
didn't
small
really matter.
TV. It was a big one. We were using like, 60, like 70% of the TV. It was dumb.
And we weren't even sitting very far from it either.
No.
'Cause the way that this room's
Nope.
set up here,
And then
it's
obviously
like,
it's
God.
split screen, so it like, stuff's a little dumbed down graphically.
And then it broke at the end of it.
Yeah, it kicked us out.
It kicked us out after a round. So
Yeah, it was great.
fix your shit.
And it
They
takes up
won't.
half the storage on my PlayStation. I love it. Nothing wrong there.
No,
Nothing
not a
wrong
problem
there.
at
Solid
all.
choice. I'll put you this way. If June a new Mario Kart is not announced, my disappointment will be immeasurable and my day will have been ruined.
At that point, does that mean you've lost the bet with Ed too?
I don't know. I don't think there was a bet with
I don't
that. The bet
remember
was
what the-
ARMS.
Oh,
And I
that's
said
what it
there's
was.
absolutely
Arms.
not going to be an ARMS 2. But that's already passed.
Was it a year? Is that what you gave it?
I don't
at
think it
the
was
time,
a year.
or
I think
what?
it was whatever the last thing, the big last reveal thing we
Oh
showed.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
the big, the last Nintendo Direct or Game Awards or something like that. I don't know. We made a
Right.
blood oath.
There could certainly
Pretty
be
serious.
an ARMS 2, considering they put Min Min in Smash. I mean, apparently that somebody has a lot of love for it. But
Yeah, the person who spent like hours making her and then nobody played it.
that's fair. Oh,
I mean,
man.
do you like ARMS?
I don't really care for it. No, not so much.
Maybe they come out with legs.
My son loved it when
And you
he
just
was
kick
like
people instead.
4. Legs. The
Legs.
sequel to ARMS. Legs.
Legs. Followed by knees and toes. Ooh, toes the game. Gross.
No, I don't like that.
Someone, hey, by the sounds of it, half the internet would be into that. At least.
just feet. Oh,
Just a toe.
feet the game. Just the toe.
Just toes.
Specifically.
Dem toes.
Dim toes. Don't like that, but it seems like a good place for us to get off of this shit show.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you want to leave us a review, it helps us out a ton. It gives us more reach on the different platforms that we're on. Again, if you've made it this far, you've listened to us talk about toes now, please consider subscribing, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on the audio version of the podcast on one of the various platforms that we're on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever, Breaker, Podchasers, everything. Cephalopod as well. Hit us up on there, subscribe, and also leave us a review. Thank you for that. You can follow me on PlayStation. My PSN is Maple Jeff.
And mine is Luscious Brody.
You can also find me on Twitter at Jeff James here for some hot takes on the steamy dookie that is the Fast and Furious franchise and my shade I throw at it.
I saw that.
Yeah, this is going to be as good as the game.
You could follow me on Twitter at Brody Foltz, but I don't ever post anything. I don't even do a good job at running our socials, so
It's okay. Social media is a war zone. It's a hellhole.
it is.
I
It
mean,
is
really,
awful.
honestly, it's horrible. The only thing I use it for is just to bash the shit out of anything that, is Fast and Furious, essentially.
Right.
And, and that and throw shade at other shit. I mean, I just kind of that's all I do now.
That's all Twitter is.
I either make my tweet and I say, that's the tweet, or I just end it with a period with shade. So, whatever. But at least I'm talking about cool shit.
Yeah.
Also, go out and buy some fucking Doge.
Go buy some fucking
Go
Doge.
Doge. Get in on the Doge,
Doge.
my dudes. I mean, this is.
I don't know if this is prime time to be getting in on
32
Doge.
cents.
Oh my god.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This isn't going to age well when the podcast goes live tomorrow and it absolutely dropped and it's down
Imagine
to like
if it goes
a
up.
cent. Boy.
I mean, it's almost at the price I'd be willing to pay for to see the new Fast and Furious movie. About 50 cents.
50 cents.
50 cents.